We are entering a phase where AI is becoming part of standard engineering workflows. In many interviews and technical discussions now, one of the common questions is how you are using AI in your daily work. It looks like over time the gap will grow between engineers who rely on traditional approaches and those who use AI to understand systems faster, process information efficiently, and support technical decision making. This video is part of a broader playlist where I will be covering how different AI tools can be used in day-to-day IT work to reduce effort, improve clarity, and save time. Whether you are an engineer or a manager or a lead or working at any level in IT, the goal is to focus on practical workflows that support real responsibilities. In this video, I want to show you one practical approach that I use with NotebookLM to reason over architecture documentation and extract insights quickly. If that's relevant to you, consider subscribing so that you don't miss any upcoming videos in this series. Now, the question is, where does NotebookLM lives and what are the costs of using it? NotebookLM is part of Google AI tool. You can access it by going to notebooklm.google.com and signing in with the Google account. You can create multiple notebooks. Each notebook acts like a knowledge workspace. I usually create one notebook per project or per system so the context stays clean. There is a free tier that allows creating multiple notebooks and uploading multiple documents. For most engineering use cases, the free version is enough to get started. The idea is simple. You just load the right documents and then use it as a reasoning assistant over that knowledge. I'm creating a new notebook. I usually name it based on the system or project. So for now, I'm going to give it this name called StackOps AI-demo. For this demo, I'm going to load architecture documentation, design notes, and technical references. So once they are loaded, NotebookLM indexes the content and builds a model across all the documents. So I'm going to load AWS well-architected framework PDF. Then I'm also going to load the white paper for organizing your AWS environment using multiple accounts. There is another source which is for AWS security best practices. And the last one is AWS serverless multi-tier architectures using AWS API Gateway and Lambda. So these are the documentation that I'm going to use for this demo. But before I start uploading documents, it's worth noting that NotebookLM doesn't only rely on files that you manually upload using Add Sources button from your computer. There is also a web search connector available here, which allows you to bring in content directly from the web as supporting sources. This is useful if you want to include reference material like AWS documentation, white papers. So whatever I'm going to upload today here is all coming from the AWS documentations. So I'm going to utilize the web connector. In most enterprise environments, a lot of knowledge sits in tools like Confluence. If you're using Confluence, you don't need to manually copy content. You can export pages or entire sections as PDF and upload them here as a data source. That makes it easy to bring architecture notes, decision records, and technical discussions into one place. Once those documents are loaded, NotebookLM can reason across them all together. So let's start uploading the documents. Okay, now that the knowledge is indexed, I'm going to ask a few questions based on the uploaded sources. We are going to say based on the uploaded sources, explain the overall architecture patterns and the system structure described in these docs. So what this gives me a consolidated view of the system structure without manually reading every document one by one. It's pulling patterns across sources. You can see it says there are 4 sources it has gone through, and presenting them as a single mental model. This is useful when you're trying to understand how things are organized at high level, and how workloads are separated, and how accounts are structured. Instead of piecing this together manually from multiple documents, I think it's a better way and quicker way to get a structured overview in seconds and then decide where I need to go deeper. Okay, let's ask another question. What assumptions are implied in these architecture and governance documents? Another practical use for this is simply as a working notebook. Apart from uploading architecture governance document, you can also add your own notes over time. So for example, you can jot down decisions from meetings and small observation about a system, risks that you identify using maybe the NotebookLM, or areas that you need to follow up. You can use this add note button here, and these notes accumulate. They become part of the knowledge base. Later, you can ask the question across both formal documents that you uploaded here and from your own notes, which makes it easier to receive or recover context, remember why something was decided, or prepare for discussions without digging through multiple tools or go through your multiple manual documents or notes. So you can see that NotebookLM helps organize knowledge across multiple documents, so understanding happens faster. For engineers and for senior engineers or managers, a large part of the job is understanding systems, connecting context, and making informed decisions. This approach reduces the effort needed to rebuild context and extract insights from large documentation sets.